It's 4 o'clock in Los Angeles, 6 o'clock in Chicago, and 7 p.m. in Philadelphia. Hello, everybody. I am the Mad Dog. One more time this week, I am the Mad Dog. Tonight, she's back, folks. I'm sorry, but Amelia the Pitbull Chapman. How are you, Amelia?
Doing good. How are you?
Oh, man, I was going to have a good night, and then I saw you pop in here. Oh, I said, what the hell happened, man? She keep changing the password. She keeps getting in. Son of a bitch.
It's okay.
So what have you
Anita
been
gives
up to?
me every
How's your
time.
grandbaby? By the way, folks, Amelia is a grandmom now.
Yes.
She wants to be called a glam ma, but
She
no
came
bullshit.
2 months early. We weren't ready yet.
Well, you guess what? She's
She
here.
was.
Yeah, your daughter said, I ain't waiting no more.
No, the baby said she wasn't
Yeah,
waiting
the baby
anymore.
said, I ain't waiting no more. I want out.
Yep.
I
3
smell
pounds,
food out
12
there. It smells
ounces.
good. I want out, Mom.
Yep.
We had really interesting feedback from our show last night. We had Eduardo Gonzalez on the show last night. He is the world's #1 conservationist. He's a one-man wrecking crew. I called him that last night. A one-man wrecking crew on the industry of trophy hunting. And I didn't realize until last night just how many organizations there are. There's just hundreds and hundreds of them.
Wow, right?
So it's crazy the stuff we found out last night. But we have invited him back, and he's going to come back. We just got to figure out a date and time because he is in the UK, and it was. I tell you what, he stayed up late for us. It was midnight when he did the podcast last night.
Yes. Thank you
Didn't
for
get
that.
off the air till 1 o'clock in the morning in the UK. So I hope he got some sleep. So tonight we have kind of like this open forum, which I really like a lot because now we get to do kind of whatever the hell we feel like.
Right.
So, and this was I just sprung this on Amelia today, by the way.
I know. He's like, guess what?
Guess what? Yeah, we're gonna do something different tonight on What's the Buzz Radio. We are unveiling the unseen. We are going to dive into a little bit of the unknown. We will unmask Hollywood's dark side as we explore the most shocking and bizarre celebrity conspiracies, from haunted photos to lookalikes to whispers of hidden gender, and maybe a UFO encounter or two. Where do we get to that category? Oh, my God, please. It's, you know what? It's amazing what people will do to sell their soul. It really, really is.
Oh, yeah.
It is remarkable. But before we do that, we got to acknowledge our friends that visit us regularly here, Leon and Rosie. Rosie's getting well. She's getting
Thank
better,
goodness.
right? And Ruffian, of course. Kenneth Jarrett Singleton, we haven't seen you in a long time. Where the hell you been, brother? So get your ass back here. And the people that used to hop in, I'm sure they got their lives and they got work and other things. Moonchild is. We need to keep an eye out for Moonchild and pray for her because she's going through some rough stuff too. But tonight we're going to talk about some weird shit. I could do that. They're talking about Amelia for an hour. That's talking about weird shit.
I know, right?
She's a strange woman, this chick. I'm gonna tell you something. Yeah, she's a little odd.
I know, right?
The Pitbull. All right. So, where do you want to start? You came up with this. You wanted to do this, transgender in plain sight kind of thing. All right. So, we're going to see a couple of videos tonight. You remember when the rumors were swirling around about, Lady Gaga?
Yes.
And, is she or isn't she? Is it a he? Is it a she? What do you remember about that?
Yeah, it's like, well, people were asking her, are you or aren't you? And she's like, well, what the fuck does it matter if I am or not? I'm here to do a concert or I'm here to do an interview. So aren't you going to ask me really why you're wanting me here for my music? That shouldn't matter if I am or not. What the fuck does it matter? You know,
That's pretty much exactly what
that's
she
pretty much
said.
what she said. Yeah,
Well, no, that's exactly what she said. You want
that's
to hear her say that,
exactly
then I
what
do.
she said.
Yep.
Pointed,
The other one, now I didn't hear this one until recently,
just recently.
and
Yes,
very recently about Taylor Swift.
yes.
And I got my hands on the video, folks. We're gonna try to explain this. Oh man, the one thing I can explain is all of a sudden the videos popped up with supposedly Taylor Swift doing a commercial back in the 80s.
Yes. It was
I
weird,
want
wasn't it?
people to know that's not Taylor Swift. Okay. The woman in that video, the girl in that, I should say girl because she was a teenager. The girl in that video is not Taylor Swift. She is an actress that she's in a lot of horror movies, and she always gets killed in these horror movies. She was in Friday the 13th. She was in what was that on Jason? Oh, the Jason movies. The Freddy Krueger movies. What's that? The Nightmare, right?
Nightmare
Nightmare on Elm
on Elm
Street.
Street.
I keep, of course, they did like 5,000 movies. Nightmare on Elm Street Part
Part
372.
25 and all these other ones.
Yeah,
And yeah.
exactly. So I can't keep up with. Look,
Yeah.
after 1985, it's all a blur to me, folks. I'm
right.
going to be 66. Okay, so it's just say the poor old guy. Just pat me on my head and send me on my
That's
way.
when the movies were actually the good movies. Now
Oh
they're
my
just
God, they were great movies.
yeah.
I used to watch. I still have a huge collection of horror movies.
Yes.
All the stuff I liked when I was, a younger. I say kid, but a younger person. When I was a kid, well, now we're going to get into some talk about ancient history. Holy shit! When I was a kid, we had movies like The Wolfman, Frankenstein, Dracula's Castle.
Yes.
Oh my God, Count Yorga, Vampire.
Oh wow.
Oh God, please, yeah, absolutely. Um, just all of these amazing vampire movies were just like they were so good. I should let me put the no. They were so bad they were good.
Yeah, I know.
Is a better way to put it. They were so bad they were good.
The
And
one
I
movie I
loved them.
can't.
They were, remember how cheaply made they were?
Yes, they were.
Oh
And
my God, they were
the
so
one movie I cannot
chintzy.
watch to this day is Salem's Lot. I don't know why. I
I
can't even
love
watch
that
it.
movie. It's one of my favorites. I have
I
it.
I can't even watch it in the daytime for some reason. I don't know why.
Really? Salem's Lot?
I cannot watch it. I don't know why.
Well, I mean, I understand. It's kind of a bizarre movie. They did two of them.
Yeah, they did a recent one, and
They did a recent one when?
they redid it. Yes,
Really? For
yes.
real?
Mm-hmm.
Salem's Lot?
Salem's Lot. Yes.
I have the original Salem's Lot and the sequel, which is called Return to Salem's Lot, which are both great movies. Now, I don't know about this new one
Yeah, they redid it. It was
because I
just
haven't
recently.
seen it.
Yeah,
And how long ago? Like in
a couple years or so, maybe, or just
oh,
recently.
in the 2020s, like
Yes.
in where we are now? Really?
Yes.
For
Yes.
real?
Mm-hmm.
Really?
Yeah.
Now I
Like
gotta ask Google. Hold on,
Jeff and
folks. I
Joseph
gotta
just
ask.
watched it not too long ago when Jeff was still alive. Jeff watched it.
I gotta go onto my Google over here.
Google. And I don't
I
know
have.
what it is. I mean,
I'm gonna find out right now.
even when the kids were little, I don't know. There's
Salem's
just
Lot.
something about that movie. I cannot watch it even as an adult. I cannot watch it during the day. I never
All right,
could.
here you go.
Uh-huh.
It was made last year,
Yes.
2024.
Yeah.
No shit. Are you
No.
kidding?
Yeah. Just recent. Yeah.
Oh, wait a minute. It's got a hell of a cast in it too.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's one of the last horror movies that Jeff got to see.
Tell you what, was a good one.
Mm.
That was a good one. The Salem's, the story's a good story. I haven't seen that version, but if they followed the original story, right?
Yes.
If they stuck true to the original story by Stephen King, then I'll bet you it's a hell of a movie.
Jeff and Joseph liked it a lot. I can tell you that. I didn't watch it, but they did, so they loved it.
And that is 2024. I'm looking right at
Yes.
it. Holy shit.
I guess you'll
Will
be
you watch
watching
it
that.
it's on Amazon Prime and
Mhm.
HBO Max and
Yeah.
Hulu. Oh, damn. I may have to watch that tonight. Oh, shit. Wow.
Anita's gonna be like, "What are you watching?"
We're going to do something tonight, Amelia. I promise you'll a surprise.
Okay.
We're going to do something tonight a little bit different.
Okay.
We are. You ready for this?
Yes.
Oh, somebody's with us. Hold on. There's Leon. There you go. Oh, Japanese, space giants. Do you remember? Oh, God, Leon, I know you'll remember this one. You remember Megalon and Mothra and the original Godzilla, how cheaply that was made? Oh, God, I used to love that stuff. Then there was another Japanese import called Ultraman.
Oh.
He
Wow.
was this little guy used to turn into this big giant and beat up. Oh God, yeah, Leon sure does. He says, "Wow, brother, you remember? Man, you're fucking old like I am." Damn, Leon. No, I tell you what though, it's interesting. You know, these old movies, they're remaking a lot of them.
Yeah.
They're talking about, and I don't know how they're going to pull this off, but they're talking about doing another Friday the 13th franchise.
Wow.
I'm not, can't even make it. I can't make it up, folks. Can't make this shit up. They're even talking about like maybe bringing back Freddy Krueger, but
Yeah,
with
that
a
was
different
be.
actor playing Freddy Krueger. As
I
far
don't.
no, there's only one Freddy Krueger,
That's
Robert
true.
England.
That's true. It's they
Robert
can't outdo
England
him.
is Freddy Krueger. That's
Yeah.
it.
Absolutely. I agree.
After that, hang it up. It's all done.
Yeah.
We got some. We're gonna do something we haven't done in a long time tonight. Show and tell.
Yay.
We're gonna do show and tell. Ultraman. Oh my God, yeah. Ultraman was a silly show. It was on TV. It sure the hell was, brother. It sure the hell was. I used to watch it all the time because I like. There's a word I'm going to use that you probably haven't heard in a long time, if ever. The word schlock. Let me tell you what schlock is. Leon knows what schlock is. This was called TV schlock, which was kind of a combination of really bad acting, really bad storytelling, and really, really cheaply made television. They used to call it schlock because it was just basically junk. But it was really good junk, and you couldn't, like a car accident, you couldn't take your eyes away. So that's how schlock worked. And there was like a lot of shows like that. Even back in the 80s, they had schlock movies. I'll give you an example. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Yeah. That was schlocky shit. Okay? That was like, and then they had to make, 3,000 versions of it.
Yes.
The
Power Rangers is another one.
Oh, please. They're from the 80s too, the Power Rangers. They got, a bunch of them Power Rangers got in trouble, for
they have
like
yes.
sexual shit and drugs but like really bad stuff. I don't know. The curse of the Power Rangers. Maybe I have to do that one night. Find out what happened, what really happened to the Power Rangers. But tonight we are doing Unveiling the Unseen. So we're going to do something, like I said, we're going to do something we haven't done in a while. It's the show and tell. We haven't had a show and tell in a long time. So what we're going to do I'm going to get all of this out of the way in one shot, okay?
Yes.
And then Amelia and I will spend the next, I don't know, maybe I'll go one category at a. You know what? Yeah, fuck it. We'll go one category at a time. Now, Amelia, you're going to do the descriptions tonight while I bring your shit up. All right, so let's start.
Oh, right in here we have Elvis Presley and a little boy, and on Elvis's left shoulder is a hand, adult hand, and it's kind of gray. If you people that are not
It
able
looks
to see,
this is a picture
mm-hmm.
from the 1950s, 1956, when Elvis hit it big, and he was taking a picture with this little boy. And
backstage at a concert.
What's that?
Was it backstage at a concert?
It was. Yeah, it was. Because the little boy's mother, she, back then you could run up to Elvis and
Oh yeah, absolutely. When he was first starting, yes.
Yeah, exactly. So the kid got his picture taken with Elvis, and on his shoulder, and it's very clear. It's a great shot. Because he's wearing a white jacket, which he often did because he liked to wear white on stage. And there's this like dead hand.
Yeah, it's gray.
On his shoulder. It looks like a gray, like a dead skin, don't it? Like a gray hand.
And you can see a shadow, which normally is unusual. But there's nobody behind Elvis.
Because there's nobody there.
Yeah.
And the shadow... It extends. How you want to say, Amelia? It extends like outward. You want to say like that, or
it's too far out for somebody to be behind Elvis.
That's a good way to put it. Very good way to put it. Yeah, it's too far out for anybody to be there. Plus, the little boy is really short.
Yes, very, very short.
You would be able to see somebody behind him.
Correct.
And if they're kneeling on the floor, they're certainly not going to be able to reach Elvis Presley's shoulder. If Elvis was like
Elvis would be 6 feet tall, and the person would be like 5 feet tall.
Yeah, Elvis was like 6 foot.
Yeah.
He was a tall dude. Well, fairly tall for that time.
Yeah.
Watch.
When they got inside, they found these 5 foot tall Indies.
Let me pause this just a second because I want to set this one up a little bit. All right, so the guy who's talking, okay, he worked for NASA.
Okay, that's what I was going to ask you.
So he worked for NASA, so you understand the context. Okay, he has since they fired him from NASA. It's a wonder they didn't kill him, to shut him up. But they fired him. I guess they didn't think he knew as much as he did. But he gave this interview. Check this out. It's really interesting. And then we'll talk about it.
They were dead, but they had not deteriorated at all. Their bodies were in pristine condition. But as they started looking around the craft, they noticed everything in that craft was in English. The control panels were in English. The wall charts were in English. There were these big screens with English titles. Dumbfounded. The scientists were actually dumbfounded. We found a civilization that used our language.
What did the ETs look like? What species were these?
They were humans.
They were humans.
Here's the thing. In December 1953, when they opened the craft, the bodies were taken out and put in some type of deep freeze or suspended animation or whatever they used. I'm not sure how that worked. But jump ahead. We didn't have the technology in 1953 to fully understand this. Jump ahead to 2002. The scientists now realized that this craft was probably made on Earth. And what we're looking at was time travelers.
Right, from the future.
They came back from the future in a smaller craft, and somehow our bodies were...
What are you...
Okay. So, you understand what he's saying?
Yes.
Okay, tell everybody what he's saying.
They came from the future to 1953. and they must have crashed somewhere to where, but these were humans,
Mm-hmm.
and they were in good. When I guess when they crashed, they died instantly, but their bodies were in so good condition.
Well, and that's exactly right. But what he's really saying,
Mhm.
that's why I wanted people to listen to it, the whole thing.
Mhm.
What he's really saying is the aliens are
Mhm.
us.
Yeah, that was us back
That
from the
was
future,
us.
from
That we
2002.
came to visit ourselves.
Mhm.
You know how evolution has changed. We can see it just in the last 20 years how we've changed because we've got robots now.
Yes.
I want you to think about this. We have robots that can sing, dance, jump rope. You hear what I'm saying?
Yes.
Fucking robots that can jump rope and not fall. This is the kind of technology. I saw a robot, and I'm not even making this up. I saw a robot
Mhm.
breakdancing.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
They gave him because the guy said to the guy programming the robot, he said, "Can you make the robot dance?" He goes, "Oh yes, absolutely." He's okay. Okay, can you make him break dance? Yep. Watch this. And he typed in uh, the break dance, right?
Yes.
And then he hit the button, and fucking robot did a break dance. He did the spin-a-rooney and everything.
Right. I
You
wonder
know.
if it was one of those marine aircrafts that could have come back from the future to then, back in 1953.
And I think that's exactly what it was.
Yes.
I think that what people you got to remember something. What people are seeing, as much as I want to believe, and I do believe, as much as
Mhm.
I do believe and want to believe that there is life elsewhere, because we can't possibly be the only ones. Okay?
Right. Exactly.
I am absolutely certain, beyond any doubt in my mind, that we are the aliens that we are
Yes.
seeing. The ones with the big heads
Mm-hmm.
and that's us.
Because the way he was describing it to me, I was thinking it was a marine aircraft from that year, 2000 something. Back in the way he would describe it, that's what it sounded like to me.
Yeah, exactly.
Hmm.
I mean, how else can you look at it?
Exactly.
You know, I mean,
Hmm.
unless you like really have to have an imagination, like to think something
Exactly. And
else.
I was like, wait a minute, that sounds like that to me. So
Yeah, let's take a look. I'm going to take a look at the next one. Let's here we go.
That there are technologies at the South Pole Station that people can't even consider that exist on this planet.
Like what?
Directed energy weapon systems. I physically held a key that opened every single door in the facility. I had complete access to every compartment they manufactured. The Ice Cube neutrino detector is not simply a passive listening device as presented for the science that they're claiming it to do. It also has the capacity to transmit. There are embedded in the ice what are called digital optical modules, DOMs. They're about the size of a basketball. The array embedded in the ice is 1 kilometer by 1 kilometer by 1 kilometer. It is the world's largest telescope. And now, because we have proven that it can transmit, it's the world's largest directed energy weapon system. It is responsible for the earthquakes in Christchurch, New Zealand.
Okay. What do you make of that, Mega?
that each one of those can control the weather in every part of the country.
In every part of the world.
Yeah, that's what caused
Yeah.
our damn hurricanes that we've
You
got
notice
here.
where he said it was located?
Yeah, in Antarctica.
Antarctica. What is in Antarctica?
Nothing but damn snow and nothing.
No.
Oh,
Oh, no, contraire.
ugh.
Oh, there's a lot in Antarctica.
Oh, I just thought it was nothing
Like
but
the one of the big things up there.
Mhm.
You know who Admiral Byrd was?
No, could you let me know about that?
Okay. Admiral Byrd was an explorer that basically went to Antarctica on behalf of the federal government to see if there was anything there of interest.
Mm-hmm.
Because they had a suspicion that there was something there, but they didn't know what.
Oh,
So
okay.
Admiral Byrd was an explorer, and he went there under the authority of the United States Navy,
Oh, the
and
Navy.
they had a certain kind of ship that's like an icebreaker. It can go through ice. Okay.
Oh.
When they got there, Admiral Byrd discovered a place that he described as another world.
Hmm.
Okay. He described it as green and sunny and beautiful inside our Earth.
Oh, wow.
Okay. The other thing that he discovered, in fact, he helped found it, was the Antarctic. They call it the North Pole. The North Pole, the NPGRS, which means the North Pole Geological Research Service. And that is essentially, it's a military base on the North Pole now. Okay. So is it a surprise that this guy is saying it? Not to me, not at all. Not to me. The only thing that's a surprise is that how open they're being about it now. Because back when Admiral Byrd discovered it, everything was hush hush on the QT. You didn't say nothing, right? Well, not now. Hell, they don't give a shit. It's all out in the open anyway. They figure, you know what? People are going to find it.
Might as well talk.
Which says, Leon says, I wish I could, brother, me too. I wish I could time travel. I'd love to go back and fix some mistakes. Brother, I'll tell you what. Did you guys ever see a show? Man, Leon, you reminded me more. You sparked my interest. There used to be a show on it in the 80s or middle 80s or 90s called Sliders. You ever heard of that show, Sliders?
No, but I thought you were going to say Stargate.
No, Stargate is also a good one.
Yeah.
Sliders was kind of along that line, though. They used to literally slide in and out of time. They had this open window that they had like certain amount of time to get through and get back. And if they got stuck, they had to find a way out, and that's what the show was about.
Sounds like Quantum Leap with Scott Bakula.
Same kind of show, right? Scott Bakula. Yeah. In fact, I just watched him in a movie the other night. It was called The Land That Time Forgot with Steve Railsback and Scott Bakula, of all people, right? Leon, Sliders, never saw it. Leon, to grab your phone and then you'll see what I'm talking about. Type in Sliders. Got 3 things I would do. Go to 1952 with about $1,000 and buy Topps baseball card. Save Rosie from her accident and save her husband from being murdered. Yeah, I know, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm telling you what. I would go back in time and fix all the mistakes I made and return everything that I've ever taken from somebody and try and be a better person. But I am a very, very blessed individual that God is so forgiving. He really is.
Yes.
Because I was a hot mess. I'll be honest with you. I really was. Back in the day, man, talking about back in the day, holy shit. Listen, Jack Black is up next. Jack is going to, I know he's one of your favorite people. Jack Black is going to talk. Listen to Jack.
There's a movie.
Black says they'll often clone you if you try to leave the industry. Watch this.
Because I read the script and Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson and Kevin Hart were already attached. And I was like, these characters are jumping off the page. And my role, I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to play the most popular girl in high school. For some reason, I know how to play that. And then it was such a hit. It was way bigger than I even anticipated. And now, I think we're gonna make part 2. I think you have to. I think you have to. They kill you if you try to walk away, and they clone you.
Was it just a joke or a warning hidden in plain sight?
Finally,
Okay, so what was the deal?
Yeah, he was not kidding. I believe he wasn't
Well,
kidding.
talk to me. Don't parrot me. I want you to ask.
No,
Got
the
but
way
I
he
want
was
you to.
talking about, if you don't participate with them, they will clone you and find and say that it is you, and you did play that role. It wasn't you. If you know what
Where
I
have
mean.
we heard that before?
Oh, everywhere. Every single artist, every single singer, every single actor, actress, basically.
How about the most recent one being Beyonce and Jay-Z?
Beyonce, Jay-Z, anybody will tell you.
The what I saw recently, the interview I saw recently, basically has Beyonce being elevated to the queen of the Illuminati.
Yes, she's like
Because she is in this up to her eyeballs, her and Jay-Z.
Oh yes.
They sold their, oh my God, you don't even know. They sold their soul beyond repair. They are not getting that. It's FUBAR for them.
Oh, absolutely.
It's straight up FUBAR. And if you don't know what FUBAR is, look it up. FUBAR.
And also Jack Black was in another movie where he supposedly played Santa Claus, but it wasn't Santa Claus, it was something else.
Yeah, what was that all about? I
played-
didn't see that picture.
It was a devil or something, and I was like, "Oh my God, really? You sold your soul now? That's it."
Yeah.
It was a horrible
Gotcha.
movie. It was horrible made, and
I
I
was, it's funny that you said, because I've never seen it.
Mhm.
I know he did a movie where he played Santa. I've never seen it. Maybe that because I watch a lot of movies and I like Jack Black, but that might, it might have gotten away from me, that one.
Yeah. When we watched it, I was like, poor Santa. It's like,
it's funny. I got to tell you something. And this is true. I just ordered the full complete series of Welcome Back, Kotter. Okay. I knew Ron Palillo in real life, who played Horshack.
oh, I love that
Played
show.
Arnold Horshack. I knew Ron. Ron was a great guy. God rest his soul. He died way too young.
Yes, he did.
I knew Ron. He was a great guy. But I noticed something when I was watching these. And keep in mind, Welcome Back, Kotter was 1975 to 79. That's 50 years ago.
Yeah, I remember watching that show.
Here's the funny thing. I don't want to spoil it for you, but I'm going to tell you. Here's the funny thing. They were talking about stuff in 1975, talking about stuff that's just now happening.
Yes.
Okay. Now, how did they know? Was the writer a psychic?
Could have come back from the future and wrote from the future in the past. And told us now.
Remember, we did shows on this, Meal.
Yes.
The Mandela effect, the Matrix, time folding in on itself. We did all that.
Yes, we did.
Take a look at this, and then you got some explaining to do, Lucy.
and rumors. For years, people speculated that the singer is secretly a man. Gaga never denied it and always avoided the question, adding more mystery to it. Just recently, she actually explained that she never answered because she never felt like a victim, and her fans don't care if she is a man. The most valuable thing she could do is add to the rumors, making her more relevant. Gaga finally...
In my early 20s, there was a rumor that I was a man, and I went all over the world. I mean, I traveled for tours, for promoting my records, and almost every interview I sat in, they said, there was this imagery on the internet that had been doctored.
Oh, wow.
And they were like, there's this rumor that you're a man. Like, what do you have to say about that? The reason I didn't answer the question was because I didn't feel like a victim with that lie, but I thought about, what about a kid that's being accused of that would think a public figure like me would feel shame? It's like, sometimes, I guess what I'm saying is I've been in situations where fixing a rumor was not in the best interest of, I thought of like the well-being of other people. So in that case, I tried to be thought-provoking and disruptive in another way. I tried to use the misinformation to create another disruptive point. You know,
It's interesting now. Explain to me here. Explain to me, Pitbull. What's the deal? Is it he a he? He's a she. She's a he. What the hell am I watching?
She's never going
What's
to
happening over
admit.
here?
She's never going to admit that she's a he, and she's never going to admit that she's a she. So we're just going to have to take her word for it. And if you remember back a few years ago at the VMAs, she came out dressed as a man and sang her song. I don't know if you remember that.
Ruffian says, I remember this.
Yes.
I remember a rumor that she was a clone of Amy Winehouse. Well, let me tell you something. If you look at Amy Winehouse
and put them together,
they're almost identical.
Identical.
It's facially. You changed you give Amy Winehouse blonde hair. That's Gaga.
And there was also recently, about a year ago, last year's awards, that this lady came out and sang. She short black hair. She sang beautiful. I can't remember her name at this moment, but she came out and sang. She sounded just like Amy Winehouse and looked just like Amy Winehouse. Same mold, everything.
And where was this?
It was at the Billboard Awards or the VMAs too, and she had the same mold everywhere.
Recently, really?
Yes.
Can you do me a favor and try and get a hold of a clip so we can see it?
Yeah, and Joseph and I looked at each other like, that's Amy Winehouse. We kind of looked at each other at the same time. We're like,
can I tell you the truth? I never believed, for some reason, and I don't know why, I just go with my gut on this. I never believed that Amy Winehouse passed away.
I don't believe it either, to be honest.
I never believed it. I didn't believe she passed away. I didn't believe that she overdosed. I knew she was a drinker. Okay.
Right.
But to drink yourself to death, I don't know. You got to do a lot of drinking to drink yourself. You do have to
do a lot of drinking for that poisoning, for alcohol poisoning to reach your bloodstream.
Yeah. Because, alcohol is distilled,
Yes.
Yeah, I don't know. We're gonna have to do me a favor when we get off the air. Not tonight, but
of course,
put that in your little to-do list because I'm curious. I'm gonna see
about Amy Winehouse and more about that
because we're gonna probably end up doing a part 2 of this anyway. Because I like these kind of shows where open forum, we can do whatever the hell we want. But by the way, tomorrow night, as a program, tomorrow night. Nationally recognized stand-up headliner Eric Tartaglione. He's a funny guy.
Yes.
He's going to be joining us. He is hilarious. He is. I mean, he's working a lot. You got to see his schedule. He's crisscrossing the country. He's racking up frequent flyer miles to cash them puppies in.
Yes.
Eric is a national. Touring headliner on the comedy circuit, and he is a funny guy.
Yeah, he was supposed to join us
tomorrow night, 7:00, and we'll probably be here for probably an hour and a half or so, something like that.
He's gonna keep me laughing so hard, I'll probably forget to ask questions. I won't be laughing.
You better ask a lot of questions and
he's gonna
not
keep
leave
me
everything to me like usual. All right, take a look at this. Watch this. This is, by the way, this is more of Gaga talking about. She did a song called "Born This Way."
Yes. Right.
Okay. Now, keep that in mind, and in that context, listen to this.
Play Born This Way. It is a mixture of a lot of pride and also some sadness and anger, because I feel like in a lot of ways, I of course know that we have grown as a society, but there's so much work that we have to do, especially with trans rights, and there's so many big things that need to change. That
I got a question for you.
Okay.
I want to stop us for just a second. Trans rights is the only, and I mean it's the only cause that Lady Gaga supports, trans rights. It's the only, not Save the Animals, not the Cancer Foundation, not the homeless people, none of that, none of it. I'm not saying she doesn't give money to them, but she doesn't openly support them publicly like what she's doing right now. If you listen to what she's saying, it sounds like more of a confession to me.
Correct.
So and then you tell me, Mil, maybe I'm off base here.
That song also reminds me that we have a ton of work to do and that we're not done at all.
There's that rumor that you had a male appendage, that you were a hermaphrodite, and you joked about it on the stage last night.
Maybe I do.
But it's interesting.
Would it be so terrible?
But it's interesting. A lot of artists would immediately put out some sort of a statement saying this is absolutely not true. You have fun with it.
Why the hell am I going to waste my time and give a press release about whether or not I have a penis? My fans don't care, and neither do I.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. My fans don't care, neither do I. But she was, and that's Anderson Cooper, by the way, from CNN. Openly gay, by the way. Here's the thing, though. Here's the thing. Why not just come out and say it?
Yeah, why hide it?
The answer is should be blaring at you. It should be blaring at you. What's the answer, Mil?
I mean, why hide it? I mean, think about why are you going to be afraid to say, "Okay, I'm a man"? Is that going to make your record?
No, you're missing the whole point. You're missing the whole point. You're missing the whole point that I'm making. If you're a transgender, or if you're born male and you're living female, if that's what you choose, that's up to you. Hey, nobody's going to tell you how you can live.
Right, exactly.
My question to you is why not just come out and say it?
Yeah, why?
Here's the answer. No, here's the answer. Keep them guessing, make more money. Keep on interviewing, make more money. Keep them questioning, make more money. You get where we're going with this?
Yeah.
She's making so much fucking money keeping it androgynous. Then if she said, "Oh yeah, I'm a guy," because if she says that,
then
there's a good chance that she. Thank you. Now you got it. Now you're with me.
Yeah.
But if you say, "Yeah, I'm a guy that was born male," oh boy, you're going to open up some shit. Your career will go from 1,000 to 0 in a heartbeat.
It'll just.
It'll sink faster than the Titanic did, brother.
I was gonna say.
Damn.
But the thing is that why do they feel like they have rights? I'm sorry, but you don't have rights. That's how I feel. That's my opinion.
I would have thought that way at one point, and I'll tell you why I don't anymore. Who am I to take somebody's inalienable right from them? The Constitution in this country says you have the right to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. Whatever happiness means to you, life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. Who am I to take somebody's life or liberty or pursuit of happiness? If she wants to live, I'll make the argument. If she is a he, if Gaga was born male, all right? Follow me. If Gaga was born male and choose the lifestyle of a female, it was not all of a sudden. Her family had to know, her family had to support her, and her family had to understand why she was doing what she was doing. Her father is her biggest supporter, and her mother. And they're young. Her father's younger than I am. Do you realize that Gaga's father is younger than me? Okay, by a couple of years. But this is what we're talking about. So who am I to say no, you can't have that and you can't have that. That's only for males, that's only for females.
Mm-hmm.
What I do disagree with, what I vehemently disagree with, is transgenders participating in gender-specific sports. For example, there was a guy that got on the women's swimming team in the Olympics.
Right. Yes.
Well, he was promptly booted when they found out he was biological male, because the entire team threatened to walk out and go home.
Absolutely.
Okay. And they was already overseas, Let's see who's in the chat.
Well, another thing too, here in the state of Florida, it's illegal for a transgender male to go into a woman's bathroom, for one. Two, it's illegal for a transgender male to take pictures in a woman's bathroom. So
but that's just common sense.
Yeah, and so let somebody like that try and go to a ladies' restroom with my little granddaughter, and you won't be walking out.
We're going to talk about that in a minute. Mm-hmm. But Ruffian agrees with my comment. Is controversy and the illusion does draw money and attention, and that's what she's doing. Look, she's making money. Is she breaking the law? No. Is she robbing anybody? No. Does anybody have a gun to their head to go to her concert? No. You can buy a ticket or you cannot buy a ticket.
Exactly.
You could go buy her record or not buy her record. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
So the only problem I have is the notion of transgenders participating in gender-specific sport, and I don't like the idea. And some states have found out very quickly that it's not working. There are some states, some progressive states, like even California. My lights are going nuts over here.
Oh, wow.
Because I said something that obviously irritated the spirits. So sorry, folks, but I'm going to be specific. I'm going to speak my truth.
Yeah.
Some states have found out the all-in-one restroom,
right?
Male, the unisex restrooms they're called.
Correct.
They found out real quick they don't work.
No.
Okay. They found out real fast they don't work, because the men were beating the shit out of the transgenders, and a couple of them beat the shit out of real women because they thought they looked a little butch.
Yes.
Okay. Look, you want to solve the issue? Simple. Stay out of the men's room if you're a woman, and if you're a guy, stay out of the ladies' room.
Absolutely.
Okay. And if you're dressed like a woman and you're a guy, I'm sorry if it hurts your feelings, but you got to use the men's room.
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you.
Because they don't have urinals in the ladies' room.
Nope.
And if they do, you better really watch yourself. Hold on, man.
Good job.
Okay. You're going to see here we go. I think this might be Avril. All right, now what? We're going to talk about this.
And I went all over the world. I mean, I traveled for tours, for promoting my records, and almost every interview I sat in, they said, there was this imagery on the internet that had been doctored.
Oh, wow.
And they were like, there's this rumor that you're a man. Like, what do you have to say about that? The reason I didn't answer the question was because I didn't feel like a victim with that lie, but I thought about, what about a kid that's being accused of that would think a public figure like me would feel shame? It's like, sometimes, I guess what I'm saying is I've been in situations where fixing a rumor was not in the best interest of, I thought of the well-being of other people. So in that case, I tried to be thought-provoking and disruptive in another way. I tried to use the misinformation to create another disruptive point. You know, every time I play...
So you get where we're going with that?
Yes.
What she's saying is exactly what we were saying before of, you know, it was her idea was, you know what? Don't say anything about it. Just leave them guessing.
Yeah.
And play into it.
And rebel the other way.
Exactly. Play into it.
Yes.
We're going to see. I think we're probably coming up on the Avril clip. Oh, wait. Is it? Where is it? Hold on.
I think
folks.
the next one is the other artist that you were going to talk about.
Yeah. Oh, here we go. Hold on. This is the rest of Gaga.
Maybe I do.
But it's interesting.
Would it be so terrible?
But it's interesting. A lot of artists would immediately put out some sort of a statement saying this is absolutely not true. You have fun with it.
Why the hell am I going to waste my time and give a press release about whether or not I have a penis? My fans don't care, and neither do I.
Okay. This is allegedly Avril Lavigne. I want you to look at her. Take a real good look. Okay. Take a look at what she looks like, how tall she is, all this other stuff, right? Take a look.
I'm standing on the bridge. I'm waiting in the dark. I thought that.
You tell me, is that the same woman?
It doesn't look like the same person. No.
They don't look anything alike.
No, nothing at all.
This woman here is supposedly Avril Lavigne. To me, she looks like she's about 45 years old, 50 years old. Okay.
Yeah.
The other one, the other one we saw with the leather jacket, she looks like, a little, pouchy to me.
Yes.
Is that a word, pouchy? She looks a little hefty.
Yeah, in certain spots. Yeah.
But here's the thing, though. Is it her?
Could be a clone, or could be a lookalike. Could be.
Well, we already know that Avril Lavigne has pictures with her lookalike.
Mm-hmm.
We also know that her lookalike is like 5 inches taller than her.
Right.
So let's watch.
You'd be here.
Oh, here you go. Now, let me pull this one back. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
This one we got to explain to you, Lucy. Let me explain to you that there was a rumor. There was a rumor going around about Taylor Swift. Okay. Now, why is this important? Because there's a video clip that is floating around that I was able to get my hands on. And it's hard to get it because they're pulling it off the internet, but we got lucky. We got a copy of allegedly Taylor Swift with a penis.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to see this video, but before you do, I got to get to El Ruffian. I don't like the transitioning of kids. I'm with you there, brother. Mm-hmm. Let them develop mentally before they go to cutting pipes out. Yeah, I hear you. And they sold a lie that they will feel better. Yeah, you know what? That's all propaganda that was perpetrated by the Biden administration and every Democratic administration who fancies themselves as being liberal. Right? Let me explain something to you, and it's simple as this. The Democrats, or I should call them the Democrats, want to systematically dismantle our republic of democracy. They want everybody to be able to have the satanic agenda to live by. Satanism, by the way, doesn't mean you believe in the devil. Yeah, that's part of it, but it's not partial of it. Satanism essentially is this: live your life carefree, do no harm to others, kind of based on the Wiccan principles that Leon knows very well. Satanism is very much based on Wicca. And they even use the same pentagram. The only difference is Satanism calls it a pentagram inverted upside down.
Yeah.
Right? And Wicca is a pentacle, which means the star pointed up.
Mm-hmm.
It's semantics, but guess what? It's all the same. It's all the same. And the satanic agenda is creeping into. You and I have done shows on it, Amelia.
Yes, we have several of them.
Of the kids sitting around in a circle, in a 6-pointed star circle.
Yes.
We've showed it on the show.
And there's actually a school that teaches children.
In a school, yeah. Mm-hmm. You can't make this. I'm a man to tell you what. Ruffian says, probably a double. Look how many lookalikes Katy. Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We got to talk about that. Katy Perry's another one. There are, here's the latest on this. Katy Perry is John Benet Ramsey.
Oh, yes.
Did you hear that one?
Mm-hmm.
What do you think of that one?
We did a show on that one.
Yeah, here you go. Oh, yeah, Ruffian, absolutely. The Yuri Grigorin said, the easiest way to destroy a society is to introduce identity politics to the masses. Guess what? Welcome to the masses. I don't think this is average.
Get your face.
Okay. Let me know when you've seen it, guys, because we're going to go back. All right? We're going to go back. Watch.
There.
Okay, there you go. There's a little peepee there.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Questions from my guys in the chat. Do you believe that to be a penis or an enlarged clitoris? Because I got my suspicions that she's probably got an enlarged clitoris. Ruffian makes a very, very good point. I see it, thinking it could be fake. Where are the testicles? Where's the balls? He says.
Mm-hmm.
Where's the balls? You're absolutely right. There aren't any. Or are there? Take a look again. Watch. Okay.
Maybe she's transitioning. Maybe. Don't know.
No, I believe that. I believe that to be. I really believe that to be an enlarged clitoris. I don't believe that's a penis.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't believe that, I want you to Google the name Colette Giamond. Okay? Just Google that name, Colette Giamond. Because this woman's got, like, supposedly in the Guinness Book of Records for having the world's largest clitoris.
Jeez.
Not that I've seen it, by the way. I'm just going by what I read. Anyway, but that's the latest hubbub. And that's who she is. By the way, El Ruffian, that's who Colette Giamond is. She's a female bodybuilder in the Guinness Book of Records for having the world's largest clitoris. You can't make this stuff. Go look. You go look. I'm not looking. You go look. I have no interest in that. So what do you think about that? Wow, look at this. We already did an hour. Holy shit.
Oh my goodness.
Wow. Man, folks.
Sure,
I
El
thought we were going
Ruffian.
to have a
We'll
few more
believe
minutes
you.
with you, but we're going to have to say goodnight. Tomorrow night, again, we have Eric Tartaglione. Funny guy. He's a national headliner. You will probably see him. I hope you'll see him soon on the Tonight Show. He's been on Jimmy Kimmel. I believe he has been on Gotham Comedy Hour and a bunch of other comedy shows on TV. Comedy Central certainly has been on Comedy Central, and we'll talk tomorrow to Eric Tartaglione and see what he's doing and what he's up to and
How he's feeling.
why at 62, 63 years old did he find comedy. So, Amelia,
Yes.
what else we got coming up?
Well, I know that on June 25th, we have it confirmed that we have Lacey J. Dalton coming on.
Lacey's coming back, and who's coming with her?
Alistair Cross.
A horror author, one of our favorites. Alistair Cross will be
She
with
thought
us.
he was so cute and
And then
handsome.
we'll find out what else we're doing because Amelia has been slacking behind the wheel, folks.
I've been a little bit busy. I had a granddaughter come early.
True. Okay, we'll cut you some slack. Well, listen. In the meantime, for Amelia the Pitbull Chapman, I am Angelo, the Mad Dog DeCipio. We pray we see you again. Lord willing, and the creek don't rise. We'll see you tomorrow night. And be good to each other. Be kind, folks. And it's rough out there. Just be good. All right? Take care, folks. Bye-bye.